Hello and welcome to Zombie Bites Damien horror movie reviews in 5 minutes or less, and today we answer the question, just what were the best horror movies of 2021? And even though the past 2 years have been a complete bag of balls, it's now Christmas time, which means we get to look back at the incredible contribution that the horror movie industry has made to the world.
Ah yes, the murders, the monsters, and the flow of the blood of the innocent.
Settle down. Anyway, 2021 has been a very challenging year for the genre. I'm not sure whether or not it's the pressure of all the big budget movies or just the real life horror of everyday living in 2021, but it has been a huge year for average movies in horror. This year was just filled with so much promise. Reboots, remakes, average. We'll not even talk about that one.
Don't forget Paranormal Activity.
Oh, I didn't. But Attack of the Amish is a conversation for another time. With almost every big movie firmly sitting in the average column this year, we have mined through the sea of beige to bring you the top 5 movies of 2021.
Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight.
Don't ever do that again.
Bite me.
Anyway, let's take a look at the top 5 movies of 2021. And coming in at number 5 is Fear Street 1978, the supernatural slasher movie that went direct to Netflix in July. The first movie was a breath of fresh air with a good story, intense gore, and a cast of likeable and relatable characters that don't make you want to root for the serial killer. The second movie is heavily influenced by Friday the 13th, taking place at a summer camp where another quality cast, including a great performance from Stranger Things feature Sadie Sink, battle witches, possession, and murder sprees, leading to a shocking splatterfest of a finale. I mean, the whole series was an absolute joy to watch, and it could have been any of the three in this place. The second movie of the franchise just appealed to me mainly because of the links to Friday the 13th and also the kick-ass soundtrack. I do think this was aimed at a younger audience. I liked this movie. If I was a teenager, I'd have loved this movie. It's got a great story, quality scares, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. What more could a teen ask for? It was great, and I heard they're looking at doing a lot more of these movies, so fingers crossed for that. Go and check it out right now. Coming in at number 4 is the Nicolas Cage vehicle Willy's Wonderland, aka Five Nights at Freddy's the movie. I swear to God, I had to scour IMDb just to make sure that Charlie Band wasn't involved in this in some way. Nicolas Cage is a silent stranger, cool, calm, collected, forced to work at kids' play centre Willy's Wonderland when he catches a flat tyre and is unable to pay the bill. And from then on, it's an exercise in absurdist, cheesy, animatronic horror movie goodness. And it's a bit of a love letter to all those great 80s cheesy animatronic movies, Gremlins, Critters, Dolls, Puppet Master. It takes all that awesome stuff and just inserts Nicolas Cage into the mix. And a lot of people will say Nicolas Cage can't be Nicolas Cage unless he can talk. Well, this movie takes that and puts it firmly in the bullshit pile. This is one of the most Nicolas Cagey type movies that he's ever done. The punch-drinking, pinball-toting madman gives such an incredible performance. I just never get tired of watching that psycho in horror movies. The action is both cheesy and brutal, and coming out in early 2021, I needed movies like this to take your mind off of the utter bullshit that was lockdown. Is it perfect? Hell no, but for 88 minutes, all it wants to do is entertain you, and there is nothing wrong with that. Definitely one to check out.
Can we please move on yet? We're cutting it pretty close.
Alright. Moving on. Number 3, Psycho Gorman.
Wait, wasn't that 2020?
Festival Circuit 2020, not released in theatres and video on demand until 2021.
I call bullshit.
Hey, it's my show. I'll do what I like. Anyway, this movie just has to be on the list. It just has to be. It's like Peter Jackson's Dead Alive had a baby with circa 1996 Power Rangers and ended up in the Goonies universe. An evil alien overlord is inadvertently resurrected by brother and sister Luke and Mimi during a game of Crazy Ball.
Crazy Ball?
Don't ask. Mimi is one of the most insane characters in movie history. She's an overbearing, over-the-top bully, which sometimes makes it really hard to sympathise with her, but that's not what this film is about. It's about the ridiculous storyline, the stomach-churning effects, and the absolute what the fuckery. And in that, Psycho Gorman gets an A+. It's such an absolute blast to watch. If you're putting together a horror night for friends or your partner, stick this on as a warm-up and just sit back and watch their faces. It's such an insane trip. So into the top 2 now, and just missing out on top spot is The Night House. A psychological mindfuck coming out in August, starring Rebecca Hall and directed by David Bruckner. It's a heavy watch as we follow Beth struggling to deal with the death and suicide of her husband Owen. And the movie goes such a long way to establish the drama. It's a long, slow build, slowly introducing supernatural factors, and by the end you're still left guessing. It's astonishingly well shot, well acted, and you feel a genuine connection to Beth with some fantastic scares crafted throughout. It's definitely a slow burn, so if you like your horror in your face, this might not vibe too well with you. But if you like well crafted, slow burn horror, exploring the human psyche with supernatural overtones, this is the movie for you. And coming in at number 1, we have... That's right, James Wan's Malignant. This is not the movie I expected from James Wan, the creator of Saw and Insidious and The Conjuring and Dead Silence and all those movies. This is an ode to the 80s with strong vibes of Reanimator, Italian Giallo and even Basket Case. It's pretty silly, but there's plenty of action and gore to keep fans of the genre entertained, and for that we commend it. And there you have it, the top 5 horror movies of 2021. Whether any of them would make it into top 5s in previous years is very questionable, but in a year filled with so much average, these movies were a breath of fresh air. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if there's anything that I've missed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more horror content. And until next time, remember this: 2021 was a very average year. Let's hope 2022 brings blood, guts and joy for all. I'll see you soon.
Smile.